Hi, Sherry again. Alright, moving on to the second part of this video. I'm just going to go over the pattern real quick. And I've got to go through and check my pattern pieces, make sure I've got the trunk pieces and then the bottom toe pieces all marked. Bad thing is when you photocopy them, and I photocopied mine at a smaller size, so I printed them on the home printer. I need to double check, make sure I've got all my pattern codes marked for each pattern fabric piece. So if you hold on just a second, I'm going to change camera view and then we'll get working on going through, check the pattern. I'll just walk you through a couple things you need to know about this Violet Craft pattern. Alright, 1 minute and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so this is the pattern we're going to be working on. And she does have a digital copy of this now. I went through and scanned everything with my printer. So now, if you read the instructions on the back, it does explain to you that you have to make copies of this pattern, because when you buy this, it's double-sided. So the last thing you want to do is accidentally go to cut your pattern pieces out, because here's the front side and then on the back side. So obviously you'll lose half your pattern if you don't photocopy these. First time I did it, I took mine to Staples and printed the whole thing up. Unfortunately nowadays, to get this printed at Staples, or like if you got a local print shop that'll do it pretty cheap, mine was over $10 just to print the pattern pages out. So, but considering I planned on using it multiple times, at that time I didn't have a good scanner that I could have scanned them all out anyways. And then, so we'll put this out of the way. That is my original pattern that I do not mess with. This is my copies that I had first made when I bought the pattern. And these, I have not messed with these either, other than to cut them out. But what I did do, as you can see here, you can still see the cherries and the spider web and the cat head. So, and you need these symbols to figure out what color fabric to put on your pattern pieces. Because this chart on the back matches, hard to see, I'll try and get it close up and get it to focus maybe. Okay, there we go. But as you can see by the pattern on the back of this handout, it shows you your symbol and the color that it wants it to be. So this is very important that you have these pattern, I call it the legend. That's the legend for all your pattern pieces. So this will match what's on here. So like your spider web is going to be this mushroom or earth, which is this 1A that I call it. And then your 1C is your cat head, which would be right here, which is your graphite or coin. And it does give you 2 of the fabrics that they recommend if you want to match these colors. I gotta stop moving everything around it to focus better. There we go. But, so as a, just to give you a reference on how different mine are. See, and this is the problem. I wasn't really paying attention when I photocopied them. This is my pattern piece, and as you can see, you can't really tell which pattern. And this is the original pattern. So to give you a size idea, that's how much smaller my elephant's going to be than the original, because this is original size pattern piece. This is the size I'm going to be sewing. So needless to say, on some of these smaller pieces, it's going to be really fun putting this thing together. So it's easy to do. All you got to do is follow them number by number by number. It's just as you get to some of these pieces, these are literally, if you see my thumb size compared to fabric pieces, it's gonna be, it'll be fun, but it's doable. Like I said, this is the second time I've made one this size, so it comes out to, I want to say it's like 22 by 24 and a half, or like 23 by 25. It comes out quite a bit smaller, but it's a nice wall size hanging. But unfortunately, I have to go through and match these, and I've got these in here by the pattern number. So I got 1, 2, 3 on the top, and that goes all the way down to the 90, Was there 94 pieces in this, I think? And I have all mine sorted. So, like, this is the bottom piece, and then my body assembly on one side, body assembly for the other side, ear assembly, which, when you look at the pattern, that's how they have you assemble it, is they have it broke down into, I'll give a quick look here, because this is all, but there's your two ear assemblies. Got to come up and over. I'm not good at filming yet. Alright, there's the two body pieces, and then the toes are over here. The toe assembly. And then it shows you how to piece them all together. So, her sew along, we're going to do the trunk section first, which is right down the middle elephant, and then this little toe section here, which pretty much is all background, except for where the little toes and toenails are. So at this point, I get to go through and check all my pattern pieces, because unfortunately, I did not print, which the biggest thing is, if you print your own, just make sure you get it printing dark enough, because see, then like some of them, I noticed that it wasn't printing right, so I did catch some of them, but not all of them. So there's quite a bit I'm going to have to go through and fix. 17 goes on the back. And what I usually do with those, I'll put that there because I do have to use those to reference off of. And because I did this small size, this is my book I showed you, and it literally fits in one of these cases. So I had all the pattern pieces and my fabric in this. So if you only work on it, you got an hour or two, just put it in and close it up, put it away. And I think even with the bigger pieces, it should fit in one of these or something about this size. And I like this because, like, if you have cats or pets and you don't want, everything getting into it and wreaking havoc on all your stuff, it keeps it neat, it keeps it organized. And I literally can just set this aside when I get another chance to work on it. I just pull it back out and it's all ready to go. So, and the fabric stays right where it's at. You don't got to worry about it getting scattered. I'll let you know as I go along how well this works, but I know it works really good for my mini rows. So, I definitely want to try it for the elephant because it's only 12 fabrics. So, alright, we're going to go back to color coding my pattern pieces because I need to make sure these are right. Because, I mean, not that it's a big deal, but there are certain parts of this elephant that if you get the fabric wrong, it's going to look kind of funny. More so than me picking my own colors. So, we need my color chart, which is why I pulled my elephant back out. And I cut my reference thingy up, so this should be fun. 3, 2, 1. Pink. That's my turquoise. Now you can go in and write. I just color. It's a whole lot quicker. This is a spider web. Because then my colors will match back to these. This is my gray, I believe. Cat head. No, cherries. Oh yeah, cat head. And then, see, then I did it backwards. It's early. I flipped these two colors. What you doing, Archie? What you doing, Archie? C is the cat head. That's my purple. Like I said, you want to check. Make sure you get your codes right. Now I'm just scribbling the number with the color because that pretty much will tell you. My turquoise. And I got it right up here, so there's my cherries. My cherries, my spider web, my cat head. And on to the next piece. I'm going to put this back in my bag so I know what we're doing. One down. Number 2. Now the background, I usually just use a highlighter, only because I know it's background. I do that with all mine. I do that with my mini rose too, because my mini rose was all one solid color. Alright. That one's done. Put my original pieces up here. Background, background. Spiderweb is 2A. 2D as my green. Straight lines. Okay. 2 is done. And so on down. So yeah, this is where you definitely want to make sure that you get all your pattern descriptions showed up. That was the nice thing, is if I scan these and pay attention when I print them now, they do print out with all the stuff on them. But me playing around with this last year, I didn't really pay much attention to it, so. Alright, background, background. 3A is my spider web again. 3D is my lines again. And you will see a lot of the same colors because the trunk is a lot of the same fabrics all the way down. Okay, that'll be it for this video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I am checking back, trying to get the hang of all this. And feel free to check out Donna's page, the Handmade by Ying with Donna. She's the one hosting the sew along, and this is going to be, I think it's like 6 to 8 weeks that we're going to be doing this, and she's willing to help anybody that might get behind or get stuck or something like that. So, and then I'm just doing the videos to try and, you know, do YouTube videos and get the hang of this. So I'm kind of following along, wading my way through. But I just figured I'd go over this in case anybody had any questions, you know, to mark them. And next step will be I'm going to start sewing them, so that'll be the next video. I'm trying to keep my videos short to 15 minutes or less, or as close to 15 minutes as I can right now, until I get the hang of everything. So feel free to leave any comments, questions, or any kind of a suggestion you might have. I'll try and get back to you. And like I said, go check out Miss Donna, because she's the one hosting the sew along. She's going to have a second, she's doing the second part today. Carry over from yesterday for anybody that like got behind her. It was too late at night, because even it's too late for me. I made it for about, I think, 20 minutes or half hour last night, and I just couldn't stay awake, because that's after 10 p.m. my time. So, and I get up at like 4 or 4:30 in the morning, so for me to stay up till 10, it's almost impossible. but I'm having a lot of fun with it, and I'm just doing these little videos trying to help anybody out that has any questions or kind of interested in doing this, because it's good use for scraps. For anybody that's got, you know, bigger pieces of scraps or even smaller pieces of scraps, stockpiling, and you hate to throw fabric out, because I absolutely hate throwing fabric out. I will find a use for it. So this stuff like this definitely comes in handy for, you know, you can use up a whole lot of scraps easily. So until then, take care. Enjoy sewing. Any questions, comments, feel free to leave them. I'm always open for any kind of suggestions or hints, or if you have any questions, you know, anything I might be able to help you with. Until I catch you again, happy sewing. Enjoy your afternoon. Bye.